Welcome to Stop Letting People Drain You Masterclass. Probably one of my favorite masterclasses that I ever run because it teaches you the fundamentals of how to get your power back in the everyday interactions of life. If you found this particular masterclass, then I'm pretty sure that you are experiencing a life where you tend to get drained just by being around people. You love people. You want the best for people. In fact, all you think about is other people. You feel like you're drained after certain conversations, anxious or off for no reason. You may actually find that you are an empath if you have been attracted here. So if you are an empath, this particular masterclass is going to make a huge difference to you. Not only are you going to get your power back in your day-to-day life, but you're going to be able to find yourself again. Empaths find this world absolutely exhausting. They make it their responsibility for everyone else around them to be okay. They become the people pleasers, they become the mediators, they become everyone's fix-it person. You see, little empaths, they start off between the ages of 3 to 7. They usually have one or two parents that are unpredictable, that have this real uneasy behavior where the child doesn't know if they're going to get happy mum, for example, angry mum, calm mum, peaceful mum. It's just, there's no predictability, there's no safety. And they find themselves learning this superpower, this new ability where they tap into mum or dad or sister, whoever it is in your main household's energy to be able to know if that person's in a good mood, bad mood, or how they need to behave, how they need to moderate themselves. So for example, if you can imagine like cords connecting them to their loved one, to their mum in this example, they would tap in, see how mum's feeling, and they would actually feel what mum was feeling. They would, of course, look at body language and hearing, using all their senses and using all of those particular cues, but it was more about connecting in with how the energy felt. Could they ask mum that question? Was she in the right mood for it? Did they need to dim themselves down and moderate the energy so that mum didn't flip it? Of course, I'm using mum as an example, but it could have been brother, it could have been sister, it could have been anyone. But it would have been one particular person in the family that was just unpredictable, and this made the child feel really unsafe. The human mind is an incredible thing. It's absolutely amazing. If it doesn't feel safe, due to that sense of security, it needs to create a program that will allow them to feel safe. So this program was this superpower of connecting in with the energy. The problem was, it didn't just stop with that one character. All of a sudden, unconsciously, of course, all of this is unconscious, that particular child started tapping into everyone's energy. Everyone at school, everyone in the yard, everyone at home. It was exhausting, and that little empath made it their job to make sure that they were the stabilizer of everyone and anyone around them. This made them feel safe. This made them feel secure. So it became a winning formula. It continued on to adulthood until later on down the track, that adult now empath is at the shopping centre. And they're tapping into the child screaming in aisle 3, the mother that's overwhelmed, the czechier that just broke up with their boyfriend. And they're feeling all these emotions, and it's almost like there's all these cords connected. And they walk away from that shopping centre feeling completely crazy, like they've got a million emotions that they can't explain. But the truth is they've just tapped into everyone's emotions, everyone's energy. So empaths experience this all the time. So empaths are most at risk of getting drained by people. You see, I'm going to give you the big breakthrough sentence right at the beginning now. The truth is, nobody drains your energy. We allow it. We allow it every single time we drop our vibration to meet someone, or we absorb the information or sadness or worry and bring ourselves down to help others, because it makes us feel safe when they are calm, when they are predictable. This is a pattern that you've been experiencing for many, many years, and it ends tonight. The truth is, just having awareness of this will make a huge difference in your life. So I'm really hoping this masterclass does this for you. First, we need to understand though, how does energy transfers and energy actually work? To really be able to use the tools that you're about to get in this masterclass, I need to explain how energy works. First of all, everyone is made up of energy. I have this big 9-foot bubble of energy right now, and energy has a vibration. Thoughts and emotions of love, compassion, joy, excitement, they all have very, very high vibrations. But thoughts of fear, anger, resentment, guilt, they're very, very dense, very, very flat emotions. Now, this is important because whatever we are vibrating at, whatever our energy is vibrating at, must be matched like a magnet. This is the law of attraction. We know about the law of attraction through many of the manifestation films or techniques that we've learned, but there's more to it that we need to understand. What we're thinking and feeling gets sent out as an emotion, energy in motion. It sends out like a signal, like Wi-Fi, and this signal must be matched by the same. So it technically means that whatever we're feeling and whatever we're experiencing at that time, we're bringing more of that to ourselves. And that's why we get stuck in these cycles. And we can find that we keep attracting the same kind of person or the same kind of friends. And you better believe it, empaths, because their focus is always on others, they are constantly thinking about other people. They will tend to attract narcissistic personalities because narcissists and empaths are the opposite of the same spectrum. So narcissist is someone that sees only themselves and only worries about themselves. So the empath provides that jigsaw puzzle need for each other. I guess they need each other in a sick and twisted way because the empath needs to look after someone and make sure that they are able to be stabilizing factor, and the narcissist is the one that needs them to fulfill their thirst for energy, I guess you should say. So it's really, really important to understand that when we get drained, we drop our vibration. And when we're on a lower vibration, we're now attracting more things that we don't prefer on that lower vibration. Think of it like a frequency. Think of it like a radio station. When we're on a low vibration, we are attracting more negative things in our life. Complaints, anger, frustration, resentment, shame, guilt, all those things are very, very low vibrational. So if we're constantly getting drained by people, constantly experiencing this deflated, people feeding off us basically, we are unable to have a reality that we desire, get onto a frequency that's going to really bring in more of the things that we want. So the point of this is, I want you to really see that your vibration is the most important thing. And for empaths like yourself, it's really hard to just think of yourself because you're always thinking about others. But here's the thing, you actually help everyone around you when you make your vibration the most important thing. Because when your vibration is high, other people will resonate. So here's how energy transfers work. I'm going to share a story about Jane, my client. Jane was one of those little children, an empath. She grew up thinking that she needed to make sure that everyone was okay. It was almost her responsibility to make sure everyone around her was settled and balanced and regulated. And this got really exhausting. She ended up finding a job where she was a carer, a support worker, like most of us do. And she had a particular client one day, and this particular day she went to work. She was feeling absolutely amazing. She was high as a kite. If there was a scale of vibration, 10, and 10's like high vibe, joy, fun, excitement, happiness, and then 1 is like nothing, anger, fear, guilt. She was on an 8, just to give you this imaginary scale. So off she goes to work, she's feeling great, and she encounters Bob, and Bob's having a really hard day. He's really struggling today, and he really needs someone to hold space for him. So here she is, and she is in his space. And because she's an empath, and because this is all unconscious and she's not realizing she's doing it, the minute she sees and detects that Bob is at a level 2 vibration, she drops to meet him. It's almost like this empathic, oh, I need to feel what you're feeling. I need to be sad because you're sad, sort of unconscious reaction. And now they're both really, really low vibration. And then it doesn't stop there. Because of the energy transfer, she receives some of Bob's and he receives her nice, fresh, lovely vibration. So she walks away feeling absolutely horrendous, and Bob's feeling a lot better. Now, as I'm telling this story, how often is this happening to you? How often are you experiencing this? And here's the thing. Remember how I said to you before, no one can take your energy. You're the one permitting it. At no point did I say that Bob stole that energy, siphoned it. Sure, he was drinking from it. He was feeding off her energy without any doubt. However, it was unconscious most of the time, it is. But she actually permitted that. She's the one who came down. She's the one who gave. You see, empaths, we have this absolute need to fix and heal and help because we can feel, it's almost unbearable for us to feel the emotions that they're experiencing. So we want to make ourselves safe and help everybody. And we do this by actually sacrificing ourselves, which is not great. So this is why energy transfers are happening. And this is really, really tough. But this is also really good news because once you're aware of this, once you know what's happening, you can actually make the decision for this not to happen again. And this is what this masterclass is going to be teaching with some of the techniques. So that you can, instead of dropping in vibration, you could hold space. Now, what hold space means, it means that we're going to really allow ourselves to stay in the vibration that we're at. We're going to use some of the techniques like the bubble boundary and the pyramid of white light and some of the tapping techniques that you're about to learn. And we're going to actually dive into how to hold our energy at that 8, 9, 10, whatever it is. And we're going to be not sympathetic because we don't need to pity anyone or be sympathetic to anyone. That's dropping a low vibration. We're not even going to be empathetic anymore. We're going to really try not to be in the emotion of it like we're experiencing it and be there with them. Instead, we're going to go straight to compassion. Compassion is neutral. It's like parking ourselves into neutral, observing the process. And a wonderful way of doing this is to actually just be really present with what the person's speaking about. Really hear them, really listen to them. Listen to understand rather than listening to respond or fix. And this is all about being present, grounded, and neutral. And this allows us to hold our vibration, literally hold the space where they can actually make a choice. They'll have 2 choices here. They'll either have to leave your space because it's way too uncomfortable, or they will meet you. They will actually meet you, and both of you will walk away feeling amazing. You'll feel empowered because you help someone without draining yourself. And they'll feel wonderful just by resonating. This is the law of resonance, which is another cool law that we speak about in this. Can you imagine how many people you could help if you were at your very best vibration, if you were starting to attract more things in your life that were high vibrational, more joy, more fun, more excitement, all of those great things, right? And you were able to hold that vibration and other people rose. I mean, they have free will. So there will be people in your life when you do this that will have to leave your space, that will have to not be around you. I mean, we can all understand it. I've done it to a few people before, coming into a space and I'm all high vibe and excited. And they're just like, oh, you're too much right now. Okay, no problems, but I'm not dropping. I'm going to stay where I'm at and you can meet me or you can leave me. And that is okay. It's free will and either one is okay. But I'm not going to allow myself to be drained anymore. So prevention is the key here. So how do we do this? How do we hold our vibration? How do we protect our energy? So prevention is definitely the most important thing. If we can prevent this and put some preventative mechanisms in place, then we're going to have a really, really easier time dealing with this. But if we forget, it does happen. I'll give you some tips on that as well. So prevention is all about staying grounded. Staying grounded is so important. Grounded to me just means in the present, in this moment, in this now moment. So you are in this now moment when you are thinking, when you are feeling, sensing, tasting, hearing, or noticing what's happening right now. You are not grounded, you are not present when you're thinking about the past or thinking about the future, even if it's a second into the future. So getting grounded means really being here and now. That is your first step. The other thing we're going to talk about is the pyramid of white light. This is your first line of protection. All of my students know very well that pyramid of white light is a non-negotiable, and it's the most important thing in any energy practice, in any energy management, and it should be your first line of defense. The pyramid itself is a sacred symbol. This is ancient esoteric teachings. It's not just mine. It's so important to understand that this pyramid of light is completely, fully protective. nothing can mess with your energy when you have this pyramid, but it's only as strong as your belief system is. So what we're going to do now is we're going to just start this off, first technique of the night, and we're going to do a pyramid of white light together. So take a moment and close your eyes. And I want you to visualize a beautiful pyramid of white light. It's completely protective and safe. It shimmers and shines. It is so powerful. Now I want you to step inside this pyramid. Feel the high vibrational energy surrounding your entire body from head to toe, covered in this pyramid of light. You are completely safe and protected. And you can leave this pyramid of white light on forever. You never have to take it off. It is your protection. Now come back to me now. Very good. So now the pyramid of white light is set. You can reinforce this as many times as you need. In fact, I always reinforce it before doing meditation, before dealing with people that are difficult, before drainers are around me. So this is my first line of defense, and it's extraordinarily powerful. You're all set up now. You have the fundamentals, the understandings, and now we're going to get deep into some of the preventative measures that you can take and all the techniques. So jump in to the next section, which is a live recording of last night's masterclass. Enjoy.
Next, we're going to talk about the bubble barrier, I'll call it. And there is a meditation to teach you this because I can't teach you it in this particular masterclass. It takes too long. So your homework, you're going to get a meditation called the Energetic Boundaries Meditation. Some of you have done this already. It's a good one to keep doing every now and then. And it's going to teach you, remember how we spoke about that energy field? It's going to teach you that there is a field around you and there's a barrier, that your energy is in this barrier and the other person that you're going to have communication with has their own barrier. And this is the best picture I could come up with, this one on the side, but it's just knowing that I have my barrier, you have your barrier, we are separate. That is your first step to making sure that you're holding your energy. I know this sounds crazy, but just making the decision that you're going to hold your vibration and you're not dropping down is so powerful. Because it's so hard to hold your vibrational high when someone is hurting. It is so hard because it feels insensitive to an empath. To an empath, it seems like the most disrespectful, unempathetic thing you could do. And it's not disrespectful. I'm going to ask you to not sympathize with the person that's hurting. Sympathy does absolutely no good to anybody. It actually causes both the vibrations to go down, and now you're both walking away feeling absolutely awful. And I'm also going to ask you not to empathize with that person, because empathy means that you feel their emotions, that you can really put yourself in that position and you can really just totally embrace it. Now, this might be a shock. I'm asking you not to empathize with someone. I'm going to ask you to instead have compassion. There's a really big difference between compassion, empathy, and sympathy. Sympathy is where we pity them, we feel sorry for them. We're all in this low vibration. Empathy is, again, low vibration because we're now in it with them. We're teaming up with them. We're feeding the energy and we're in there and we're feeling horrendous with them because God forbid they could be alone in it. But compassion is something that I teach all my students, and it is where you hold space. Now, holding space means, to me, holding your vibration. So, for example, if I have a client coming in, and I can tell you now, most clients come to see me not when they're at their best. They come to see me when they are having a really, really hard time. Not all of them. Some of them come for ascension, and they come when they need some support energetically. I would do them no justice if I empathized or sympathized with them. I have to be compassionate and I have to hold my energy. So I hold my space. I feel my bubble around me and I feel their energy around me. I've got my protection around me. And I do something really cool, and I'm going to give it to you. This is what I actually teach my advanced students, but I'm going to give it to you guys because I think it's really, really powerful. I do a mudra. I sit, and clients might be like, oh, I've seen this before. I sit in front of them. I'm going to move the camera so you can see me. So I sit in front of them and I keep my back straight. So I make sure to keep my spine straight, because energy flows really, really well when the spine is straight. And I listen to them. I get really, really present. If they are speaking to me about something important in their life, I will make them the most important person in the world. And it's so easy for me to do that because I'm an empath. Yet I'm not emotionally charged by them. And a really great way to do that is to just hyper focus exactly what they're talking about, exactly what they're having a conversation with you about. It's almost like you're just hanging off every word, listening to understand rather than listening to respond or fix. This is the difference between compassion and empathy. And there's a particular mantra, and I place my hands. It's not even the right thing you're supposed to do for this mantra, but it works, so we're going to use it. So everyone do this for me. Just place your hands together, unless you're driving, then do this later. So just putting our hands like this, and we're just going to keep our spine straight. And we're going to take some deep breaths. And I want you to practice on me. I want you to, for the next 30 seconds, hang off hopefully you have been anyway, hang off every word I have to say. Hang off every single thing, but not be emotionally attached to what I'm saying. You are holding space. You are holding your vibration. You are completely here and now. You're not thinking about the past. You're not thinking about the future. You're not thinking about what you need to remember. You're not thinking about what you need to respond with. You don't need to have a particular answer. None of that. Anytime that you're thinking about the past or future, you are outside of this. Now you're in empathy. Now you're in sympathy. I want you to be here and now, focusing on every word I speak, like I'm the most interesting person in the entire world. Right, come back to me. It is as simple as that. And I run an advanced course on this, where a lot of my healers do this, and it's called the Transformational Communication Course. And it's a whole 7-week thing. But you can do this without doing that course. Like, you just did it. You had that experience where you were able to be in a compassionate, neutral, I call this going neutral. That's the term I coin it. Going neutral. This is so, so important. So it takes practice. It is a practice. It's going to take some time to really get this. And I want you to spend the next week, because this masterclass will mean nothing if you don't put it into practice in your real life. It will just be an interesting hour. But if you actually put this into practice and do it out there in the real life, wow, wait to see what happens. These little tiny techniques. All right, so that's the mantra and the going neutral. And it also has a built-in grounding. So you are automatically grounding your energy. Grounding your energy is simply being here and now in the present moment. That's it. That's it. Grounding is being here and now in this moment. And we get a bit tangled up with earthing. Earthing is another way to ground, but earthing is where you put your feet on the earth with the grass, and your hands are in the nature, or go for a swim or a bath. That's just another way of grounding. So grounding is going to be super, super important when making sure that there's another person coming in. Making sure that you are really supporting your energy. Remember, guys, your energy is the most important thing. Your vibration is the most important thing. We touched on it earlier. If you are losing your energy and dropping in vibration to meet people all the time, that means that you are running in a very low vibration. And it means that due to the law of attraction, you're going to keep attracting more things on that vibration. That's what we call a frequency. It's like, imagine that you're tuning into a channel, like a radio station channel. If I'm vibrating at a very, very low vibration, that means that's the channel I'm tuned into. That's not a good channel to be in, guys. You're going to keep experiencing more of the lack mindset, more of the things that you don't want to happen in your life, more of the people that are going to drain you. It's like this reoccurring cycle that you get stuck in, like a hamster. So make your energy the most important thing. Love yourself enough to have the ability to have the boundaries, like we're talking about, these techniques are all boundaries. The pyramid, the bubble boundary, these are all boundaries of energy. And you have no idea how powerful it is for the other person, guys. Because I know you're empaths, so you're not going to really appeal to the whole it helps you, it's all about you. You're not going to appeal to that. You're thinking about them. I know you, because I'm one of you. But here's how it helps everyone else around you, right? I spoke about the Bob situation, right? Jane came in, dropped the vibration. Now they were both low vibration together and they're feeding off each other and they're both in the puddle of mud. But let's imagine that Jane came in going neutral. That little technique I showed you really just went neutral, hung off every word, found that person the most interesting person in the whole entire world without having to have to fix them. Just listened to understand, held her energy, held her vibration. Something magnificent happens. Bob has two choices. He will not be able to tolerate this. It's way too uncomfortable to tolerate being in someone's presence when the vibration's too different. Some people would have to leave this call tonight because my vibration's too high, and that's okay. But for those that stuck around, get a little closer. This is where it gets really exciting. You, by not leaving, automatically rose due to the law of resonance. So people in my sessions, this is another little secret, they come for this beautiful session and most of the time you know what, I'm going to reword that. They heal themselves every time. They heal themselves. Why? Because they have the resonance effect, but the decision to. So by staying in a field of someone's high vibrational, you actually rise in vibration and both of you win. So those of you that are empaths out there think, I can't be selfish. I can't think about myself all the time. I can't be constantly, doing this for myself. No, it helps everyone. It helps your family. It helps your children. It helps your loved ones. If you are at a state where you make your vibration the most important thing, you make your energy hygiene the most important thing in your life, not only do you start to live a life of much more ease, joy, fun, love, passion, excitement, but you attract more of those people, and the people that are in your life will have no choice but to either leave if they're not willing to resonate, because everyone has a choice, it's all free will, or rise. How's this sitting with everyone so far? Yeah, I'm going pretty fast, I know, but you can always re-watch it and go. But I really want to get this information out because I only have an hour with you, and some of you might want to stay back, but I do have a lot of techniques. We've got lots of techniques, so let's get on with it. All right, so I've got more techniques for you. So, as I said before, prevention is better than a cure. So before I go into Costco tomorrow, I've already got my pyramid of white light on. I've already done that visualization. I've already been really aware that my energy field is here and everyone else's energy field is over there. And we're really, empaths are really, we know when someone's in a line and they're too close to us, we can feel that energy. It's like, move. We really struggle with people in our space because we can feel the energy so strong. So we already spoke about this one here, parking in neutral, going compassionate, not compassion, not empathy, and we learnt the mantra. So that's really, really cool. But you can't do that at Costco. Like, I can't walk around and be like, hanging on everyone's word. There's a time and place for that. That's when you're having those one-on-one conversations, yeah. So what I want to do before I go to Costco is I'm actually going to make sure that my energy is going to be as strong as possible. And I'm going to do some meridian work. Now, some of you may have had meridian work before done. You don't need to be a Chinese medicine practitioner. You don't have to be an energy healer for this. I'm going to give you in your little homework tomorrow. You're going to get Donna Eden's little energy medicine routine. It's so cool. I give it to everybody. I'm not affiliated. I don't get a cent from it. I just feel like everybody needs Donna Eden's work. So you're going to get that little recording, and I highly recommend it because you will feel amazing even 2 weeks after doing it. But at least do it when you're going into a really energetic space like work or difficult people or anything like that. So the first one I'm going to teach you is the 4 thumbs, okay? So this one is so cool. I might even leave a little recording on your homework tomorrow to show you the evidence, because I can't show you today. I don't have anyone to demonstrate on, but usually when I do this live, I do a demonstration of how people actually drain each other, how other people's energy affects, and how effective this is. So what you're going to do is you're actually going to do some tapping techniques. The first one we're going to do is we're going to tap these cheekbones. So please do it with me if you're not driving, because it is so cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to tap the cheekbone. So this is actually the stomach meridian. And while we're doing that, I'll just explain what meridians are. Meridians are highways of energy, and each organ or system has a particular meridian or highway that lights it up. And it's really important that energy gets transferred through the system, because that's how we heal and we hold our energy. The next one I'm going to teach you is I want you to go by your collarbone here, and as you get to the end of your collarbone, it sort of dips. There's like a dip. It's hard to get on the screen. Okay? And I want you to go really firm. This one's a bit firmer than the other ones, okay? You might go a bit red, and if it hurts, you needed it more. This is called K27. This one's so important. If someone scrambles you, like, because some people will actually scramble your brain, like, it's just a thing. Do this one if you're feeling tired, if you don't want to have a coffee, but you just need that shot. This one here is next freaking level, okay? Good. The next one is thymus. So we're just going to, you know that bumpy part on your chest, we're going to go nice. Do it with me, guys. Beautiful. Now, this one's really cool. This one does quite a few different things. It builds courage. If you look at any primate with two legs, that stands on two legs, they do this. Before they go into any battle or war or anything like that, they're doing this. So it's not just courage, but it's also extremely good for your immune system. Holds your immune system. If you've been getting sick lately, do this every day. Absolutely. And now, the last of the four is at the ribs. So you can also do the acupressure points or neurovascular points. We're going to tap. It's like the second rib. Sorry, I just realized my mic's a bit far away. So just tapping these. Now, this one here is all about metabolism, and it will help you lose weight. Don't beat yourself up, everyone. Everyone at class is usually, I'm like, stop, slow down. But it does, because it actually helps you digest your food, metabolize, but it's not just food. It also helps you to metabolize chemicals and hormones in your body, which is really, really important, because when we have a flood of emotions, that's hormones, that's chemicals, and it helps to process it. So if you've had a real big upset and you're ready to clear it, that's a really, really great one to do. It's called spleen and liver points. All right. Now, this one, I have had so much feedback by my clients and students on this one. This one, by far, is a favorite of so many. And it's made, like, everyone's a bit different, so some will be stronger for others, but this one here has been a game changer. It's called the hook up and zip up. So I'll have to stand for this one. I recommend you standing for this one, because it might be something you want to do with me, but you can do it sitting down. Hopefully, I'm going to speak really loud so you can capture my voice while I'm doing this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stick one finger in my belly button and one finger on my third eye. Try to touch the thing. All right, beautiful. And I'm going to push in and pull up. Deep breath. And again, one more time. One more time. Very good. Now, the reason why this is so important, call this the hook up, right, is because we have this central meridian that runs from the center of our body to what I would say the back of the throat. And this one here, and you'll understand why this is in this masterclass, holds our energy strong. So if this one here, the central meridian, is weak, we bleed out energy. We literally lose energy. I know this one's out for me if I am up at night thinking about how I should have said that thing, or should I have done that, or did that person get offended when I said that? If I'm up at night thinking, I know that I'm leaking energy. So sometimes it's not always about other people draining us. It's about leaking energy. So do the hookup every time you go out, guys. It's amazing. And to really solidify the hookup, we're going to use the same meridian and we're going to do the zip up. And to remember it, I'm going to show you a little technique. We're going to put one hand just above the crutch, pull it all the way up to the bottom lip, and pretend you're doing a lock and throw away the key. It just helps you remember to sort of do that process. So let's do it together. One hand at the crutch, pull the energy all the way up to the bottom lip, lock it, throw away. That is your zip up. Imagine that you are zipping up your energetic suit for the day. It is next level. It's honestly, I can't tell you how many times that saved my butt. All right, another one, really, really important one. This one's called, Donna Eden calls it the Wayne Cook posture. I'm not really going to be able to demonstrate it properly today on Zoom, I don't think. I'll try my best, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to put one leg on our knee. So if you can do it, please do it, because it would be really good for you to do this. And hopefully you can hear me, but I'm going to cross my hands over like this and hold them. Good, and I'm going to place my hand on my ankle and above my foot. I don't think you can see it. Don't worry too much, it's more about the crossover. And then I'm going to take a deep breath and I'm going to pull up. It's a really good hip stretch too. I haven't done this for ages, this one. Now the opposite. All right, on the ankle and deep breath in, pull up. Don't worry about getting it perfect, guys. It's not about that. Now we're going to, that was me pull up. Cross over again, like this, and pull it in. Take a deep breath, give yourself a hug. Excellent. All right, part 2. Don't worry, you're getting a recording for this. Hands together. Now all the meridians run through a different finger, so this is why it works so well. And I'm going to put my thumb to my third eye. Take a deep breath in. And I want you to pull the energy down your temples. Excellent. And I want you to go again, right up. It feels so good. And if you have a headache or like a racing mind, now we're just going to go about an inch in. This is amazing to slow the mind down. And I'm going to tell you why this is so important. We're going all the way down, by the way. Finish off by squeezing your shoulders. Take a deep breath in and blow it out. Now, this one here I do before I'm going to have a conversation with someone that's going to be really difficult. I'll win any argument. I know that's terrible to say, but honestly, you don't lose yourself because of what we're speaking about here. You don't get scrambled. You don't stutter and I don't know how to say it. You're able to be coherent. You're able to be neutral. You're able to see it without the shield or the preset listening lens. So it really helps you to go neutral and get into that compassionate mantra that we did earlier. It's so great. But the most useful thing that I use it is I do like a different version of it now, but I use it before speaking with anyone. Like if I've got a class or if I've got a really important meeting or a conversation, I do this and I am so much more on. It's almost like it helps me be that neutral compassion channel. It's next level. So thank you later. All right. Oh, I don't know if we have time for this now, but I want to show you, I'm just going to show you literally a 2-minute video that this is Donna Eden and just a little example of how this works. Hopefully, we're not going to run out of time. I'll just make sure that I'm sharing my sound. Yeah.
Donna, I'm going to energy test you, and you hold your arm real strong. Nice and weak. Okay.
So it's an energy test to see.
And David, can I do it with this arm? And you're nice and strong. Now, David and Donna are going to hold hands. And that's what happens with energy. I mean, we affect each other so much. So now she got some energy from him, okay? But he didn't hold hands so long that he's got his own energy back. But if they held hands all day, one of them might feel a little droopy at the other end of the day, and the other one might have energy. And if you don't want that to happen to you, okay, here's what you're going to do. Okay, you're going to do 3 thumbs, K27.
Just skip this because...
Points. Okay, hold hands. Points. Okay, now hold hands. Okay. And Donna's strong. And David's strong. What that does is it allows you to pull from the atmosphere around you instead of your partner. And so you don't both start losing energy.
So I just thought you might want to hear from Donna herself. Yes, so I just thought that was really important because I do use Donna Eden's work for a lot of this because it works. It absolutely works. So that's some of the, and I love that demonstration because that energy medicine shows you when someone gets depleted. So it actually does show you how important these little taps that I'm telling you, what they actually do, they actually stop you from actually getting drained, even if you were holding hands with someone. Like, that's amazing. All right, so what do we do though? If we're out and about, and we're 5 minutes past 8, I hope that's okay, guys. I know if anyone needs to leave, I literally probably need 5 more minutes for those that have it. And then I'll have this wrapped up. But what do we do if there is, we've forgotten, or I completely forgot to do all the things and I've gone to Costco and I'm like, oh, damn, I feel drained. It's too late, like I'm actually drained. It happened to me 2 days ago. I was looking after someone else's kids and these kids are beautiful, beautiful kids, but a lot, like a lot. And I got home and I was like, I can't, I've got nothing left. I let my guard down. It happens to the best of us. We all do it, especially when we're not sort of thinking about it or it catches us as a surprise. So if that happens, do not despair. I got you. There's a little saying, a little prayer. Feel free to screenshot this if you want, guys, because it's a really good one. And you can, it's not a sort of a religious prayer or anything, but it's just a little statement that you can make to call your energy back. And it's, I call back all my high vibrational energy from all people, entities, places, spaces, and times. Cleansed, clear, and return it back to me fully restored and aligned. You can say this however you want. It doesn't have to be this. I usually say, I'm going to be honest, I usually just say, I call back all my high vibrational energies. I just literally just say that. But this is apparently the proper way, so I probably should teach you the proper way. So you just call it back. You're making you're now aware you've lost energy. You're aware you let your guard down, and you're going to call it back. Now, if you have a situation where you are starting to be stressed and worried and you're not sure what's going on, and then you're like, hang on, is this even me? Is this, have I got one of those cords attached to someone? Am I picking up on other people's energy? Like, not only have I dropped in energy, has an energy swap happened? And if that happens, an amazing question to ask, a statement to say is, who does this belong to? Just out of nowhere, who does this belong to? You will be shocked what insight comes into your mind. You'll automatically think about that man that you walk past in the shops. And I was like, hang on, have I literally picked up on someone's energy just being in their presence? How often is this happening? How often have you been in a good mood and then all of a sudden someone's in a bad mood and now you're in a bad mood? Who does this belong to? It belongs to that person, not me. I'm holding this for someone else. It's not mine. And just knowing that, literally just being aware that you picked up someone else's energy and just being aware of that, literally lets it go instantaneously, because it's ludicrous to hold on to it anymore once you're aware. So that's what I do, and it works well. Now, also for the bigger days, the days where you have had a really tough conversation or a really awful altercation or something that's just big, right? Or you feel like it's just been really affecting you, I'm going to give you an aura treatment meditation in your homework pack. This is next level. It clears any attachments and clears all those cords and refreshes you. It's amazing. It's completely channeled this as well. So I highly recommend doing it. It takes about 40 minutes to do. So you do need, for those days that are really, really tough. On Sunday, I've got a new meditation coming out called the cord cutting. That's going to be next level as well. I purposely did that, so it was the perfect timing for you guys. So hopefully, yeah, it's a brand new one. So hopefully that's great. And so there's some 2 big meditations that you can do. And we were doing these and obviously the energetic boundaries meditation, which I forgot to put on this list. That's going to it's not just a meditation, that's like a journey teaching. So you go into that and you sort of get part 2 of this masterclass out of it. Because it's going to teach you, we take you into 3 different scenarios where one scenario you're with this really sad person, you've got to hold your energy and practice that compassion neutral. And then you go to a really angry man, you've got to like hold your vibration there and allow him to either leave or rise. And then you go to a group of ladies that are laughing and having fun, and you get to actually drop your guards because you're all amplifying energy, and you want the energy exchanges to happen because you want to amplify it and make more love vibration. So you get to really manipulate and play. So that's part 2 of this masterclass if you want to do that. And of course, there's the K27 taps and the Wayne Cook, which you can do that again. You can do all the taps again. Any questions? Good. In all of my meditations, you will, especially the cord cutting one, you'll get a little grounding meditation at the end as well. Grounding is really, really important, like we spoke before. And it's about that first level of protection as well. So if you find that you've had a really tough day and you don't know how to ground, go outside, get some fresh air, feel the wind. I did that today. Just went for a walk, felt the air, be really conscious of what the trees look like. How's the wind flowing? What's happening with my feet? Like when you actually get present, you're actually grounded. Like when you're actually thinking about what's happening in this moment rather than what happened a moment ago or what's happening in a moment after, you are grounded, you are back, you are strengthened. You'll know you're ungrounded if you're overthinking, emotionally overwhelmed, or easily affected by others. All right. That's it. We got there. So you're going to get a little homework pack from me with everything that I've discussed before. You're also going to get an opportunity to join what some of the ladies we were talking about earlier, the Heaven and Earth course, which is starting next week. Next Thursday, we're doing a boot camp for 8 weeks where you learn all things spirituality. So you guys are going to get the offer of $177 for the whole course, and that's 8 weeks of coaching with me as well. I wanted to make it ridiculously cheap, because I want that to be accessible to everybody. I want everyone to be able to do this kind of work. And it's not just energy management we're doing this. We learn how to channel energy. We learn how to clear our chakras. We learn how to read auras. We learn what psychic abilities we've got. We do our shadow work. So and I've got quite a few students that are starting on Thursday here. I'm so excited to see you guys. And I hope that tonight, as fast paced as it's been, gives you a little insight on what it's going to be like. It's really exciting. So this will all be offered to you in your email as well. But you're welcome to scan the code and go for it anytime you like as well. I will shut up now and open the forum to Q&A, and I am here for the next, well, really, I could be here for another half an hour if anyone needs me, anyone has any questions. But I just wanted to thank you guys so much for being here and spending your Thursday night with me. So feel free to put your mics on and let's have some Q&A.
I have an interesting story about my energy protection if you're interested.
Yes, absolutely.
A couple of years ago, I was working with someone. It was just me and my boss, and she's a really aggro person. And so I started practicing some boundary protection each morning when I went into work. I would put my layer on and everything. And it wasn't working. And so I started listening to some podcasts, and I started adding other layers and changing things a bit and bringing angels in. And anyway, this went on for a few weeks, and I was putting more and more different layers on and all sorts of things. And then one day I went in, and by mid-morning she was like, I don't feel good. I've got to go home. And I was like, it's working. And yeah, I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like at the time, I was like, oh, that's weird. That's interesting. Okay. And then so I kept that going, the same things. And then another day later, she's like, no, I've got to go home. And she had to have the whole day off. And I was like, you're not sucking my energy from me now.
She wasn't able to
Yeah. Yeah.
because that's what happens. Like you were feeding her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found that quite interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. That's rough. I mean, how often are people feeding us? Oh, got stuck out. How often are they feeding off us? Like it happens. It's they don't like honestly, the chances of them actually knowing they're doing it are very, very slim. They most of the time it's very unconscious. They have absolutely no idea it's happening. So it's very innocent. There are cases where, unfortunately, there are people that are aware they're doing it. That's a whole other kettle of fish, but yeah, well done. So you've got a bit of it's finding the recipe for you as well, because what will work for one student here won't be as powerful as it is for you, and then vice versa. Like
yeah, like just having a white light bubble did not work for me.
Wasn't enough.
I ended up, I had like a couple of angels with me, and then I'd visualize a ball of light above me, and I'd pick a color, whatever I was drawn to each day, and then I'd put like a sphere around me, a cube around me, a pyramid around that, like a golden chain sphere around all of that.
Wow.
And then I listened to a podcast of someone, they said they used like a black feather cloak over them and had a hood and everything, so they were fully enclosed. And they said that that was protection on a different realm level sort of thing, so that entities in the other realm couldn't see. So if there was something coming in from a different angle, and I think that was kind of the clincher.
Pyramid of white light for me does that. It's absolutely amazing. It's and even some of my more advanced students are starting to learn about the alchemizing pyramid of light, which is a whole nother ball game. And it's where not only do we use a pyramid of white light, but we actually put violet flame on the outside of it. So anything that is seen that's not cloaked from the pyramid of white light, so any negative energy getting sent to you, violet flame transforms it into love. So it always transforms.
Yeah, I think I did do the violet flame as well, and I made sure I had a full intention of what I would allow in and what would be sent out back to be healed or recycled as positive energy.
Absolutely. So it's something
but I think as someone who's been such a chronic people pleaser for so long, subconsciously I needed all of those levels to make me feel really protected.
Amazing. And tonight, have you got any extra techniques that you want to try? Anything new that's coming through for you that might be useful?
Yeah, some of those things you've mentioned I hadn't heard of before, so I'll look up some of those. And yeah.
Awesome. That's brilliant. Let us know how you go. I love getting feedback on what's coming up for people. I think I've got a couple of messages coming up here as well. Yes, going back into sound. Yeah, I just got your message, Jess. I totally missed all these messages. Watching a movie. Being in practice training sometimes. On school holidays. Good luck. Thank you. Awesome. And a couple people had to go. Excellent. We had a really good turnout, actually. I was very, very happy with that. Excellent. Thank you. And hopefully you get something out of the meditations that I'm going to send you as well. Excellent. Thanks, Jess. What about anyone else? Does anyone else have any questions or anything that they would like to share or ask? I'm an open book.
I was saying before about on this holiday and
yes,
the different ways I sort of was able to be calm and still with the tornado around me. But the other thing was, as you said, keeping my vibration up. And at times it really did annoy the person that I was with. because they'd have their fights with everyone and whatever. And I'd just, oh, what a beautiful meal I'm eating right now. And,
Wow.
really enjoy that. But it was the first time I really saw what you were saying or what you had said in the past about if you keep your vibration high, they're either going to join you or they're going to walk away and be frustrated. So I figured that was her journey and I let her do it.
Yeah. It's hard. As empaths, we want to make everyone comfortable and happy and
Yeah.
healed. So it's hard to watch them go. It's getting easier now, as I
It,
go.
yeah, yeah. But she also taught me some things on this trip
Yes.
as well and asked me some questions of why did I think that I deserved less than? And it was a really hard question. And she encouraged me to stand up for myself in different ways. So it was really good. It was a sort of shared energy. I don't know if she had any idea what I got out of it or if she got anything out of it, but yeah, it was good.
I'm sure she did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the zip up, I remember sitting there and saying, "Oh, I've got to do something with a zipper." And that was where it was like, okay, so here's my intention, and whatever the zipper thing is, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's right. Just having the intention is really, these are, no worries, Ella. I'm so glad you enjoyed that. Yeah, it's all about intention, and in heaven and earth, many of you have done it. We talk a lot about the permission slips and how a lot of these are just permission slips. It's just an opportunity to convince ourselves that we need this tool for it to happen. But the truth is, we're that powerful that it just naturally happens anyway. So, but we need to actually convince ourselves. We need to override the belief system. Oh, this sage stick is keeping me protected right now. No, you are. You're that powerful. But you need to think that the sage is doing it because that's what your human brain needs. And Jess and I, as Jess and I were talking before, there's so many techniques that you can use. There's like 1,000 techniques, and every single one of them is the right one for someone. Every single technique that I taught tonight is the right one and the wrong one for someone out there. But you just got to go out there and give it a try. Try it on like a pair of pants. Does this fit? Does this work? And experiment. What is working for you? Because there's no one way to do this. And that's why I spend the first half an hour of these masterclasses just giving you education before giving you technique. Because if you're going to use techniques, you've got to understand why you're using the techniques, why they work, and the power of your own mind and belief system is what's going to actually create this. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. That's great. Anyone else want to pick my brain while you've got it, or any information or any stories? I love hearing these stories. Oh, no worries. So good to see you. Where are you? Queensland still? She's like, damn, I'm gonna have to take my speaker off now. Oh, lost her. Excellent, and thank you to all of the beautiful new students coming in to try on some of this work. I really appreciate you guys sticking around and listening, and I hope that you enjoyed these lessons and learnings as well, because it's so much fun to have my existing students and new students. It's just absolutely amazing to have you guys all in the same room and to see the insights and to see the aha moments. It makes my day, that's for sure. Oh, there's some beautiful. I'm just going to read these out. So we've got always learn something new. Thanks so much. This was also much needed. Can't wait to start the course next week. Yay! Can't wait to. It's going to be awesome. I'm super excited. I think most of the people here tonight are doing the course on Thursday, which is exciting. By the way, if anyone's in Wallen and they want to jump into the Manifest on Purpose course on Saturday, I have 2 spots left. and it's going to be absolutely amazing. It's like 10 till 2 on Saturday. So we've got 2 spots because we just had 2 people pull out, so they're going to do the next one. So if anybody would like those spots, please let me know. I would love to have you from 10 till 2 in Wallen. And I cannot wait for Saturday. Oh yeah, you're coming, yay! Awesome. Tanya's coming too. Yeah. Oh, we're going to have too much fun actually. That's going to be a naughty crowd. That's awesome. And look, the manifestation's all about this work as well, learning how to start to manipulate energy in a really positive way that makes the world a better place and makes your world a better place too. Wonderful. Any questions? Wonderful. Well, if anyone wants to reach out privately or have any questions about tonight, then I'm more than happy to take any questions and support you guys through that process. But thank you so much. I really loved doing this. It's so much fun, this particular subject. And yeah, can't wait to see those of you on Thursday. Thanks, guys. Have a great night. Thank you. Oh, my pleasure. My absolute pleasure. You guys are awesome. Have a great night, everyone.